implied volatility. It's linked to anticipated price movement. When it's very high, my risk is the implied volatility dropping. When it's very low, my risk is the implied volatility going up. And certainly if it's at an extreme.
Before we get rolling here, just a reminder to please like and share our videos. Your support helps us to continue to bring you the wonderful content that we share with you each and every week.
We know that. Basically, when price movement's ambiguous and I don't know where price movement is going, usually IV's kind of low. Because usually the market's like chopping in a range and there's really not a whole lot there. Why is IV low? Because nobody knows where the price is going. Institutions don't want to buy puts and calls because that's wasting money if you don't know where the price is going. They don't want to sell puts and calls if they don't know where the price is going, right? You tend to get a lack of demand. You can have a positive demand on options, you can have a lack of demand on options, and you can have a negative demand on options. The price is moving up like crazy. It's overextended. All the institutions know it's coming into a major levels. All the institutions pretty much know they're going to stop buying there, and they're going to wait to the party retail buyers to come in, and then they're going to hammer it down. When that situation comes into play, they're going to start selling call options, and they may even start buying put options depending on the situation. But you can see that all in the IV structure. If I know I'm in that technical situation, or if the market's coming into that technical situation, I know that's how the IV is going to flip. And then the same thing on the downside. If I get a large down move into a major support area, I don't know with 100% certainty, but I know with like 90% certainty. The big players, they know where everybody's positioned. You can read retail traders like a book. They all do the same thing. That's why they all lose money, right? They know where the retail traders are. They know what it's going to take to flush them out, and they'll bring the market to a certain level, and they'll bring it below that level, and then the short-term traders will jump into the downside. Then the retail traders will panic, and then when they panic, you'll see implied volatility start to drop. Because when the support level breaks, the institutional investors will deleverage all their options. They'll sell them out, and then they'll start buying. So they make the money in the options from the fear of the retail traders and the opportunity seekers that think the market's going down forever. As far as the short-term traders that drive the price down, they'll take advantage of that and they'll sell the options as the price is driving down. They'll take money from the put options as the price is coming down. And then when the selling slows, they start buying. And then they buy to a certain point. Everybody's like, oh, the market reversed. We got to get in. And then everybody starts buying. That's basically the way things work. If you understand that about the market, you start to see the patterns in the implied volatility and how they tie in with your price movement. Lena says, wow, that's very powerful. Yeah, explore it further, start practicing. It's just observations. You make observations. You don't want to focus on whatever you try to focus on. This is the rule. This is the delta. This is where I have to do that. Do I need to be exactly this strike or exactly that strike? I have to win every time. Like you're focused on that, you miss everything. You'll miss literally everything. You need to take a step back and just make observations, and you'll learn so much, and then you'll be able to apply that later.